It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is fearless on the court and with a sense of fashion. Growing up around Los Angeles, he said, I felt like every day was the first day of school. That's how it was the minute I woke up. And guys, he's starting to release his own lines of clothing and accessories. I have a couple in my closet. Back to you.
Influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. And a quick look now at how the Memphis Grizzlies' schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on Friday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic. Here's the starting group for Houston. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Tucker and Capella are up front. And it's House in at the 3. And for the Grizzlies, Brooks the 2 with Crowder the 3. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Morant in at the guard position.
And most fans think of the Rockets as offense only, but that's not the case at all.
No, GA. I mean, they force a good amount of turnovers, and they trap pretty well. I mean, the defense has been solid for them the past few years, if you ask me. Nothing mind-blowing, but this team is certainly not one-sided.
Outside Crowder. Pass to Morant. Shot clock at 6. Goes up to the stripe. Rebounded by Capella. And here are the Rockets. Here is House. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
No, they've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Now here's Morant. Over Westbrook. And it's Morant missing. About 1 minute into the first quarter. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Grizzlies with the rebound. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Well, yeah, Greg, that's just the communication and the energy. It just seemed non-existent on defense, and that can't happen, not at this level.
Here's Morant. And another miss by Memphis.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
He can't get that one. Nice D from Valanciunas. The Grizzlies have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Now here's Morant. Tight defense on him. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Clint Capella.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
And he sinks the second.
And one of the younger players to enter the 2019 draft, Morant, wise beyond his years.
Pass to Capella. It's House outside. Unable to get that one. And Memphis the other way now. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season. 2
division rivals facing off tonight. They'll see one another 4 times this season.
Right side Crowder. From 13 feet, it goes down.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Here's Harden. Nice D from Brooks. Memphis leading. Pass to Jackson. Memphis moving it around. Brooks against Westbrook. The pass to Morant. The tray. They get it back. Shot by Crowder, no good.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should have been easy.
And the jam by Harden.
And really, Harden is even dangerous when he's looking to score. Even when the defense gets physical with him, he takes the contact, he powers through it.
Well, a lot of players can get hot, but nobody can match Harden when he gets locked in. The way he can create space and drill shots from deep, really impossible to guard.
Houston making a switch here. Gordon's checked in.
One shot.
They throw good, James Harden. And with Harden, he not only gets hot for a game, but stays hot, Greg, for longer periods of time.
And you saw that last year with his streak of 30 and 40-point games. For weeks, he can dominate and really frustrate defenses, and there isn't anything you can do about it.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, here's Capella. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket.
Yeah, Kevin, I love the high activity Capella brings. Someone that really brings it on the offensive glass.
Outside Crowder. The Rockets pull it in. Capella's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Westbrook. And finish off by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Jones, the pass to Crowder. 1:37 left here in the opening quarter. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. For 3, Westbrook, Capella, and it's put back up and in by Capella. Capella's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Guarded by Harden. Outside Jackson, the 3, bangs home the trifecta. Jackson's got 5 now.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Outside Westbrook, this one for 3. Westbrook missing again.
Tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in front despite his struggles tonight.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Well, this is the attitude Anderson brings, a selfless player who loves giving it up to his open guys.
Harden outside. And closing the shot, even with the foul. Now the 2 free throws.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Rockets shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throw.
The first one falls.
The night Harden put up 60 points and had a triple-double, that was so amazing. I got to mention that's incredible.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Cephalosha comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Harden hits them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Clark, defended by Gordon. Here's Clark. From deep three-point range, the putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Because of Anderson's height and instincts, he's a force on the offensive glass.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
Even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I always said it's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Well, no question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Rockets. We've got Gordon. Cephalosha is out there with Chandler. Then it's Ben McLemore. And it's Rivers in at the 1 spot. Allen outside. It's rebounded by McLemore. Rockets trail by 3.
Yeah, Kevin, the front office shakeup this summer for the Grizzlies. Now, the new leadership wants to take more of a long-term, proactive approach to things.
Shoots a fader. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Allen kicks to Jones. Anderson outside. Knocked loose and stolen by Cephalosha. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now Rivers. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Cephalosha misses. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Allen for the 3. The three-pointer is right on target. Allen's got the lead up to 6 now for the Grizzlies. Rockets have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. And many fans in Memphis had hoped for a change. But, Chris, they still had some question marks with this new leadership.
Yeah, Kevin, that's because they're relatively young and unproven. Former lawyers rather than basketball minds. But we're seeing that league-wide, teams are going with former agents and lawyers in their front office.
The Grizzlies shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he knocks down the first one. The league has cracked down C-Webb on flagrants. Players leaving the bench. Do you think we need to be as strict about it as we've been?
Oh, I love the attention to detail the league has given on flagrants. So you don't want the flagrants of the past. My friend Kevin McHale, he says Rambis just ran into his elbow. That wasn't even a flagrant foul on that play, if anybody remembers that old play that I'm talking about back in the Celtics-Laker days. But how about today? My thing, Kevin, is just don't call a ticky-tack a flagrant. I think we all know what a flagrant is. Let's keep the new flagrants as flagrants and no flopping. If you flop, no flagrants. Games are too important. You don't want that flagrant 1, flagrant 2, a shot and the ball. It can change the momentum of the game. I think the league and the refs are doing a great job. Let's just not let those ones that aren't flagrant sneak in there because of flopping.
And, Chris, what about players leaving the bench when there's something going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, the league has always been great about that. And now what's funny is if you watch the games, there's an assistant coach that is designated just when he sees a scuffle on the floor. His only job is to run to the end of the bench and stand at the line with his arms out so no player can cross him. So not only is the league taking steps, not only are players mindful of it, but now you have an assistant coach that's only job is to stand up there and to be an obstacle so that no players can step that foot across the line. It changes series. It causes big fights. It puts fans in harm's way. We just don't need it. Yeah, it's no doubt that Houston now is championship or bust. We've seen it. I mean, they've dished out huge contracts going full win mode now. I mean, they're putting it all on the line with this team.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. The shot by House is no good. And the Rockets desperate for a return to the NBA Finals.
Oh, the team has had their chances. They just need to make the most of them. I mean, front office, they're doing what they can help to make the most of Harden's prime. I mean, you have to admire their willingness to go for it now.
And yes, it's good. Valanciunas has got his second basket.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Now here's Rivers. He's covered closely. Just 5 to shoot. The Rockets again can't hit.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answers.
Valanciunas, good.
And Kevin, they dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And last season, Jonas Valanciunas averaging the fewest minutes of his career. Greg, at the same time, he was playing the best basketball of his career.
I mean, his scoring per minute through the roof. Rebounding at a career high level. He can dominate inside, especially at that offensive end.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Jaren Jackson comes in for Clark. And it's Crowder in for Dylan Brooks. The Rockets also changing it up. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Chandler. James Harden comes in for McLemore. And Russell Westbrook subbed in for Rivers. Pass to Morant. Passes to Jackson. Again, Memphis.
Well, this is why Morant's teammates love to play alongside of him. I mean, exceptional vision, and he's incredibly unselfish.
Rockets trail by 19. Westbrook with a wide-open look. Another miss by Houston.
Well, I mean, I think he better come up with some different ways to get his points tonight, because the three, not one of them, ain't working.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's the Grizzlies now. Jackson dishes to Morant. Pass to Valanciunas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That one wide left. And for Houston, they're shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Here's Westbrook. He scores with that shot. And now he's 3 of 8.
And with a merciful bucket, he snaps a terrific run by the Grizzlies.
There's the pass to Valanciunas. And Capella sends it back.
And you can't throw up weak stuff around Capella. He takes pride in sending shots back.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Grizzlies out in front, leading by 17. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot, Jonas. Good first half for you getting the ball inside, and you look...
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Nice game. Great performance by Jaren Jackson.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Crowder in at the 3 with Jackson Jr. playing the 4. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Westbrook, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
That one is off.
In Memphis, a small town, not a free agent destination, but the connection between these fans and their team really stands out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, first of all, I love Memphis. Shout out to Bill Street. Oh, man, they got some great food there, GA. I'll take it to one of my spots next time we're up there. But Memphis is known for its food and music. I mean, the MGs, as some call the Grizzlies, a treasured part in the scene.
Injuries can play such a big part in a player's career. Which guys strike you, Chris, as the biggest what-if stories had they stayed healthy?
Wow. I mean, you got to start, in my mind, I got to go to, a guy like a Grant Hill. He was Mr. Triple-Double. He and Jason Kidd, to me, were almost the same players, just in different bodies when Grant started his career off in Detroit. And to see him get injured, man, that just hurt me because he had so much potential. Even though he had a great career, I still think about him. How about Greg Oden, who got hurt in his senior year, had to shoot free throws with his left hand, and then he comes into the league, and the big fella just had to battle injuries, and feel sorry for that big fella because he was so skilled in the game.
The first free throw is good. And so House nails both of them.
Well, the Houston Rockets, not exactly a balanced offense. I mean, they lean so heavily on James, but you can't argue with the results.
Here's Morant. Jackson trying to break free. And that one's good. Morant's got 7 points in the game.
Just to make him a little more unstoppable, Morant's developed a deadly teardrop.
Here is House, defended by Crowder. And Steve Webb with the Rockets offense. The numbers speak for themselves.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. I mean, they had the second best offensive rating last season. I mean, they rely on isolations, threes, and free throws, but it gets the job done for them. You wonder, though, just how far this approach can take them.
Some changes for Memphis. Caboclo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Grayson Allen comes in for Brooks. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Morant. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Jones, the pass to Allen. Here's Caboclo. He kicks it to Jones. Clock at 6. Fader on the way. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
It's still early, but a 1-for-4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out.
Crowder, the pass to Caboclo. Allen, the bounce pass. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Can't drop the tough three-pointer.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
Yeah, not everyone has Steph Curry's shooting ability. I'd be surprised. I'd be hurt if he tries another one like that.
And let him just run into it in rhythm.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Pass to Capella. Back to Westbrook. Puts up a three. Westbrook missing again.
Well, until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
Jones finds Allen. Passes it to Caboclo. Crowder with it. Shot clock at 6. Allen outside. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Allen. Jackson's got 11 points.
Well, Mike D'Antoni, he's a legendary coach in this game. He's found success at almost every stop he's coached at, only missing the title to cement his legacy.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And with Mike D'Antoni, Chris, you can see his influence as a coach throughout the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of modern offenses borrow from things D'Antoni created. The up-tempo early offense is a product of his 7 seconds or less era. I mean, his imprint is all over the NBA.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Clark comes in for Crowder. The Rockets also changing it up. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for P.J. Tucker. Ben McLemore comes in for Danuel House. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden. Gordon against Allen. Outside Jackson. On its way from Clark for 2. Rebounded by Sefolosha. Rockets trail by 19. Lob pass to Capella. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
And the recognition of McLemore, a team-oriented player who is always looking to dish the rock.
Westbrook against Jones. Kicks it to Clark. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Here on the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. 5th best, Clint Capella.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Westbrook feeling it out a bit. The layup off target.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And it's Clark slamming it down.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Westbrook kicks to Gordon. Back to Westbrook. Pass to Capella. To the paint. And Westbrook gets it to go. Westbrook's got 4 points in the quarter.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Allen against Gordon. Floats one, and Allen with the nice bucket inside. Allen's got 6 points.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Kept alive. Goes back up. Capella, and that one, good. He's got 8.
Well, it comes as no surprise that Capella makes that kind of tough finish. He's got a lot of strength and a lot of determination.
Gordon against Allen. And the pass to Jackson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Clint Capella. For Memphis, they have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
First one falls for him. And the Rockets making a change here. And so Jackson nails both of them. 6 seconds left to play in the third. Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies taking a 19-point lead into the break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifled. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Rivers and Gordon make the backcourt. Clint Capella is out there with McLemore. And it's Chandler in at the center, locking down the middle. Pass to Valanciunas. Tyson Chandler pulls it in.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Gordon with it. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, even a slight movement is going to catch a ref's eye. I mean, they're trained to focus on that.
James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. Morant passes to Brooks. The NBA will play a regular season game in Paris for the first time. Hornets and Bucks. Chris, you're planning to be there for that, aren't you?
Such a beautiful city. Can't wait. And think about all our players from France that are here now that are doing such great things in the NBA. It's going to be awesome for them to get to go home and do it in front of their families.
Harden outside. He kicks to Gordon. Chris, last season the Thunder became the final NBA team to reach an agreement for jersey sponsorships. Have you gotten used to seeing those patches on the various jerseys around the league?
You know what, Kevin? I have. And they're not as intrusive as I thought.
Me too. I agree.
Yeah, I was so scared of this. I thought it was going to ugly up the jerseys and be bigger than the team logo and things like that. But you know how great this league is when it comes to getting messages out to their fans and promotion. And so we've done a wonderful job. And actually I really, really like how they fit the jersey, how the colors matches, and the history of the company. So, no, I think they've done a great job kind of just making sure it just slides in there, not taking away the shine from the team.
Shooting two.
First free throw is good.
And the Grizzlies in the final game of last season making a franchise record 21 three-pointers in a blowout win against the defending champion Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, perhaps a template going forward for them, GA. I mean, turning the page from the grit and grind to a new style of play.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Crowder's checked in. Harden the pass to House. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Got that bucket in no time at all. Brooks has got 4 points now in the quarter.
The awareness Brooks has, good at knowing exactly how to position himself in these situations.
It's Harden with the drive. Here's Capella. Nice steal from Valanciunas.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And that one's good. House.
Well, when you draw this much attention from the D, you know someone's bound to be left open, and Harden finds it.
And here's Morant. Over Harden. Trying to get open is Crowder. They get a hand on it.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense, he's not been there for them tonight.
And the basket by Gordon.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And the Grizzlies leading by 20. Now here's Morant. Passes it to Valanciunas. Fades and shoots. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's Harden against Valanciunas. Shot from the wing. Offensive rebound. And it's Capella missing. For Memphis, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Now Morant. Brooks outside. There's the feed to Valanciunas. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. And it's 8 points for Valanciunas.
Oh, you see how focused Valanciunas is? When he's got this positioning, he's determined to score.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, the Rockets are a team that is pushing NBA theory to the extremes with how they approach offense.
Oh, yeah, every year they seem to go more toward threes or free throws. I mean, you can't fault them as it consistently works for them, though. I mean, it's like watching a team experiment with what makes an NBA offense.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Jonas Valanciunas.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
Their previous 2 games have been losses, so something had to change to get them going again. And he provided that spark, giving them a huge jolt of energy. Pass to Jackson. Hey, Chris, for some guys, playing in their hometown is a dream. But there's also that added pressure, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, at least when you play away from home, it's a little more quiet. You don't have to get as many tickets for the game. When I got a chance to play home in Detroit, it was one of the best moments of my life. And I thought to myself, this is a wonderful feeling, but could I have handled it for 15 years of my career? I don't know. That's 30 tickets a game. Oh, I probably would have to go back into the NBA again just to pay for those tickets. But I tell you what, it's fun. And for me, a mama's boy, eating your mama's cooking before a game, it is never, ever, I've never had a better feeling before a game. Eating her food and being able to go out and play.
I bet.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Grizzlies.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these 2 teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Valanciunas.
The energy he played with tonight was amazing, and it paid off the most on the glass where he dominated the rebounding stats.
First one falls for him.
Well, I love P.J. Tucker. He's a player that doesn't do a whole lot in the box score, but he passes the eye test. He plays defense, he's tough, he rebounds, and you know he'll hit that corner 3.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Caboclo, he's checked in for Jackson. Solomon Hill comes in for Jay Crowder. Allen's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Morant. Here's Valanciunas. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Oh, you love seeing Valanciunas spike it back. When he's active on this end, it makes a difference.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. See you next time.